Your region is about to get hit by a storm train. Not one severe weather event, but at least 7 separate rounds over the next 7 days. And the first one starts in your Ohio Valley in Pennsylvania this afternoon. And the numbers behind this next stretch are genuinely hard to believe because they're stacking up across heat, storms, snow, and fire simultaneously for your country. 100 different temperature records are forecast to fall from California to Ohio today, and Fort Yuma just hit 112 degrees Fahrenheit, the warmest March temperature ever measured in your United States history. Meteorologists are calling that number genuinely historic, not just record-breaking for this week, but an all-time benchmark for your country's recorded weather data going back well over 100 years. Wild for your Ohio area today. Dayton hits 87 degrees Fahrenheit this afternoon, then drops to the 30s by bedtime. Same city, same Monday. A temperature collapse one forecaster said has never shown up in their data before. What makes this pattern more significant? Your storm threat doesn't end tonight. A train of systems is lined up through March 31st, building toward an April both models are calling one of the more active severe weather openings in years. Whether you're in the storm zone from Ohio to Pennsylvania, the flood zone in your Pacific Northwest, or the snow zone in your New England, your country is split 3 ways, and every one of those stories is unfolding right now. Baseball-sized hail possible in your Pennsylvania today, a size that forecasters say is flat out rare for March in the interior Northeast, while your Seattle is under urban flood watches and your Portland, Maine is in a coastal blizzard. Every region of your country has something in today's forecast that is straight up worth your attention, and I'll break down your specific area in detail right after this. Stick with me. Around the 5-minute mark, I'll show you exactly why your Euro and GFS models are telling 2 completely different stories about your late week storm, and which one your forecasters are betting on. Stay to the end for your April pattern, because your early April storm escalation is something both models now agree on, and it could be your most significant severe weather stretch of the entire spring season. Let me be straight right up front. Today is not a major tornado outbreak, but baseball-sized hail, 60 to 70 miles per hour winds, and 80 to 90% storm coverage by 8 p.m. make this a day your Ohio Valley area cannot ignore. Don't let your Monday's relative quiet lull you to sleep, because your late week storm setup is building and your early April pattern is ramping in ways your forecasters haven't seen since earlier this spring. Before we get into it, drop your city. Are you watching the storm train in Ohio to Pennsylvania? Tracking Pacific Northwest flooding? Locked in New England snow? Or in the storm zone from Texas to Oklahoma today? All right, Monday, March 23rd, and your storm train pattern is officially rolling with your first car already through your Ohio Valley overnight into this morning, and the next cars lined up behind it. Storm train, 7 rounds, 7 days, starting now. Let's start with today's storm. Your Ohio Valley and Pennsylvania are the main event right now. A slight risk, level 2 zone running from Philadelphia down toward Evansville, Indiana. What's driving today's hail risk? Steep lapse rates, even with lower surface moisture. And in that setup, your storms can produce baseball-sized hail even when your dew points are only around 50 degrees in your corridor. Today's storm is driven by an Alberta clipper sitting well north of Michigan. Flat out unusual for March severe weather in your interior Northeast, because these setups typically push in from the west, not drop from the north. Hatched zone, highest risk for very large hail today. Runs from Pittsburgh through State College into central Pennsylvania, and forecasters aren't ruling out 2-inch or larger hailstones in your corridor. Winds 60 to 70 miles per hour are possible in your yellow risk zone today. Pittsburgh, Columbus, Canton, Ohio, and near Washington, D.C. are all in or near that corridor, and your power outage risk from those wind speeds is real for your region. Timing for your area. Supercells form around 3 to 4 p.m. near Pittsburgh and State College. Coverage ramps to 80 to 90% by 8 p.m., and your most intense hail and wind window runs 5 to 8 p.m. today. No joke. Baseball-sized hail at storm velocity dents car roofs, cracks windshields, and destroys your outdoor equipment in under 2 minutes. Get your vehicle under cover before 3 p.m. if you're in your risk zone. For your hail perspective, a 2-inch diameter hailstone at storm velocity is a genuine destructive force on anything exposed in your yard, garden, or driveway today. Your 5 to 8 p.m. window is your prep window. After 8 to 9 p.m., your storms become outflow dominant and your severe weather threat winds down. But if you're in western Pennsylvania or your Ohio corridor, your 5 to 8 p.m. window is your time to have your plan ready. Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, Indiana, what's your sky looking like this afternoon? And do you have your alerts set up for your area? Drop your city below and let me know if you're tracking this. Now, the temperature angle for your Ohio area, because what's happening there today is something forecasters are calling genuinely unprecedented for a single afternoon in your region. Picture your Monday in Dayton. You hit 87 degrees this afternoon in short sleeves. Your kids play outside after school, and then by the time they're in bed tonight, your outdoor thermometer is reading in the 30s. That is your Monday in Ohio. For context, when 87-degree air meets Canadian air in the 30s, just miles north of your location, your atmosphere creates energy that fires the hail-producing supercells your region is watching today. Cleveland at 52 degrees Fahrenheit, while your Dayton and Columbus are in the 80s. That gap is creating CAPE values of 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram in your severe weather corridor today, which is the fuel your storm needs. By Monday morning, cold air pushes into your Ohio Valley and temperatures drop dramatically. Dayton and Columbus start in the 40s after yesterday's 87 degrees Fahrenheit, which is going to feel wild coming out of your Sunday. Meanwhile, swing down to your Texas and Oklahoma, because today brings a genuine tornado threat to your Dallas, Oklahoma City, and Fort Worth corridor that is separate from and in addition to your Ohio Valley storm setup. Picture your Monday in Dallas. Clear morning in the 80s, then by 3 p.m. your sky turns a gnarly green-gray. Your sirens go off, and you've got minutes to get your family to your safe room. That is today's setup for your area. Dallas at 84 degrees Fahrenheit with 45 miles per hour gust. Fort Worth at 83 degrees Fahrenheit with 40 miles per hour gust. Oklahoma City at 78 degrees Fahrenheit under a dangerous storm warning. Your Texas and Oklahoma corridor has a tornado watch area for your late afternoon and evening. Shreveport at 81 degrees Fahrenheit under a destructive wind threat. Little Rock at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Tulsa at 76 degrees Fahrenheit with hail risk. Your entire corridor from Texas to Arkansas is in play today, with your tornado window running late afternoon into evening. If you're in your Dallas, Fort Worth, or Oklahoma City area today, no outdoor activities, alerts on, and make sure your notifications will wake you up if a warning drops for your county, because tornadoes can form fast in your corridor. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. What's your situation right now? And are you watching the radar for your area today? Drop your city below and tell me what you're seeing. Over to your Pacific Northwest, because an atmospheric river is hitting Washington and Oregon today, and this isn't a minor rain event for your region. Seattle at 52 degrees Fahrenheit under urban flood watches. Portland at 54 degrees Fahrenheit under flooding warnings with 35 miles per hour gusts. Olympia and Salem drenched through Tuesday. Your Pacific Northwest is in a genuine multi-day flood event right now. Cascades getting buried in heavy snow above 5,000 feet while your valleys flood. Your Snohomish River is still elevated, and atmospheric river rainfall on top of that snowpack is a genuine flooding recipe for your region. If you're in your western Washington or Oregon corridor today, stay away from your flooded roadways. Monitor your local civil defense alerts and know that Tuesday adds another round of heavy rain before your pattern finally begins to ease. Wichita at 75 degrees Fahrenheit with 45 miles per hour gust also needs your attention. Red flag conditions extend through your entire southern Kansas corridor, and any outdoor burning in your area today is a genuine emergency risk for your region. Amarillo at 65 degrees Fahrenheit in a dust storm with 50 miles per hour gusts. Your Texas Panhandle today is a gnarly combination of dust, fire danger, and storm threat, all converging in the same afternoon for your communities. New England's snow event is still delivering for your mountain communities. Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire are getting a combination of ongoing snow and coastal storm impacts in your area today. Portland, Maine at 35 degrees Fahrenheit in a coastal blizzard. Bangor at 30 degrees Fahrenheit with heavy snow still falling. Burlington at 32 degrees Fahrenheit with continuous snow. No joke, your northern New England is getting a full winter storm on the fourth day of spring. New England folks, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York, what's your snow total looking like right now? And how gnarly are your roads? Drop your city and conditions below. Over a foot of snow possible across your central to southern Maine over the 48 hours ending today. If you're in your White Mountains or Green Mountains, your roads are treacherous and your Monday commute needs extra time. Hang with me here. Your Thursday severe weather window is the most important discussion for your extended outlook right now. And the disagreement between your two major models is something your area needs to understand. Now your Thursday severe weather window, and this one has your forecasters more focused than anything else on your extended outlook, because it could be a significant event for your Ohio Valley and Plain states. GFS on Thursday shows a large winter storm impact in Canada with the system staying north of New York, which gives your region scattered severe weather in the Ohio Valley, but nothing too organized for your corridor. Your Euro tells a very different story on Thursday. A less organized low promotes a much more significant severe weather setup. Scattered to numerous storms from Pennsylvania into Missouri. Large hail, damaging winds, tornadoes possible. Forecasters are leaning toward your Euro solution for Thursday, and if that verifies, your Ohio Valley and Plains corridor could be looking at the most significant event of this entire week, not just a continuation of today's storm. Right behind that late week system, cold air returns for your Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana corridor. And then your Saturday, Sunday, and Monday bring a complete weather pattern flip with cold air dominating your East Coast while your West stays hot. Honest question for your area. Today's hailstorm, your late week storm setup, or your April escalation. Which part of your next 10 days has your attention most right now? Drop your take below. Now the full picture of your storm train, because calling this a single event flat out misrepresents what your pattern looks like through the end of March and into your April. Picture your week. Sunday, hail in Pittsburgh. Tuesday, flooding in Seattle. Late week storms in Kansas City. All the same train, just different cars arriving at your station. Every region gets a car this week. Round 1, today through Monday morning. Your Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic clear out and your pattern quiets down for Tuesday, which is your brief window to catch your breath. No joke for your Pacific Northwest. Round 2 on Tuesday brings your atmospheric river event and scattered deep south thunderstorms. Your Cascades get buried in heavy mountain snow while your valleys deal with flooding. Round 3, and this is the gnarly one. Your Wednesday into late week atmospheric river moisture streams across Canada and develops into an intense surface low, and your Ohio Valley sits right in the target zone, depending on your low's track. Late March weekend is round 4. Saturday, relatively calm, but your Sunday the 29th ramps up with thunderstorms across your Midwest, Plains, Southeast, and Mid-Atlantic simultaneously. Round 5 is where both models say it really ramps up for your area. Your early April lows forming east of the Rockies, classic cold and warm front dynamics, and Gulf moisture surging into your corridor in a traditional spring outbreak setup. Straight up. Your April 1st through mid-April is the stretch meteorologists are watching most closely because troughing west and ridging east is exactly what sets up your biggest severe weather events of the spring season. So here's your week ahead bottom line. Today is serious for Ohio, Pennsylvania, and your Texas-Oklahoma corridor. Monday, Tuesday give you a brief break. Your late week storm escalates, and your April keeps building towards something more significant. Aurora chasers and cold weather folks in your northern tier, your pattern brings another winter shot your way late this week. So if you're in Montana, Wyoming, or Idaho, what are your current conditions right now? Drop your city below. Quick conditions check for your Monday. Dallas, 84 degrees Fahrenheit with 45 miles per hour gust under tornado warning area. Oklahoma City, 78 degrees Fahrenheit with dangerous storm warning. Fort Worth, 83 degrees Fahrenheit with tornado watch. Your Texas-Oklahoma corridor is active right now. Both your GFS and Euro models agree on one thing about your late March into April. Precipitation is going to be well above normal from your plains eastward, which means your rivers need watching as your ground is already saturated in many areas. For your long-range weather preparedness, your April outlook calls for your Ohio Valley and Great Lakes to see above normal precipitation. If you've had basement flooding issues in the past, now is the time to check your sump pump and your drainage. Ohio Valley today, Columbus 58 degrees Fahrenheit, Cincinnati 62 degrees Fahrenheit, Indianapolis 60 degrees Fahrenheit, Pittsburgh 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Your area is in post-frontal cleanup mode this morning, but your afternoon re-intensification window is your concern. Midwest right now, St. Louis, 72 degrees Fahrenheit with 25 miles per hour winds. Kansas City, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Wichita, 75 degrees Fahrenheit with 45 miles per hour gusts. Amarillo, 65 degrees Fahrenheit in a dust storm with 50 miles per hour gust. Your central corridor is unsettled and fire danger elevated through tonight. Southwest cooling down. Phoenix, 98 degrees Fahrenheit, down from 106 degrees Fahrenheit last week. Palm Springs, 102 degrees Fahrenheit, still hot but falling. Las Vegas, 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Your desert Southwest is finally beginning its slow retreat from your historic heat dome. Southeast today, Atlanta, 74 degrees Fahrenheit and quiet. Nashville, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Charlotte, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Miami, 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Your Southeast has the most pleasant conditions in your country right now, and your week looks comfortable before your late week front arrives. Northeast today, New York, 46 degrees Fahrenheit with cold rain. Boston, 40 degrees Fahrenheit with 45 miles per hour gust and wintry mix. Philadelphia, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Pittsburgh, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Your area is feeling the post-frontal chill, but your warm-up returns midweek before your late-week system. Pacific Northwest, Seattle, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Portland, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, both under active flood watches. Your Cascade snowpack plus atmospheric river rainfall equals your ongoing flood concern through Tuesday for your region. Quick practical list before I wrap. What you need to do today depends entirely on your zip code. Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Indiana, Kentucky. Your 5 to 8 p.m. window is your most serious hail and wind threat today. Have your alerts on and know your shelter before your afternoon starts, because warning time on hail is limited. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. Tornado watch area in effect today for your corridor. Have multiple ways to receive your warnings and take shelter immediately if a warning drops for your county this afternoon or evening. Pacific Northwest, stay out of your flooded areas, avoid roads near your swollen rivers, and plan for continued heavy rain Tuesday before your pattern begins to ease for your region. New England, your roads and your mountain passes remain treacherous today. Your Monday commute needs extra time, and your next round of precipitation arrives midweek with a possible mix for your lower elevations. Last call, your city, your current conditions, and what your Monday looks like. Watching tornado warnings in Texas, tracking hail in Ohio, dealing with flooding in Seattle, or navigating snow in Maine. Drop it all below, where I'm locked in for your week. Your late week Euro solution, scattered to numerous storms from Pennsylvania into Missouri, would make it the most significant event of this entire stretch. And your model runs this week will tell the story. I'll be tracking your model convergence on Thursday's low track all week, because when your GFS and Euro align, your severe weather threat could escalate significantly, and I want your breakdown in your feed before your storm windows open. Hit subscribe and flip on the bell, because as your storm train moves through your region, your updates drop in real time, and you want that in your feed before your storm windows start opening each day this week. Stay safe out there today if you're in your storm zone. Keep your alerts on through your afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Your storm train has left the station, and it is not stopping anytime soon.